I loved Power Club.
Come with me if you want to live.
I loved Power Club.
No time for time travel.
Welcome to the No Time for Time Travel podcast, where we are a podcast for nerds by nerds. My name is Tony, and I'm one of the co-hosts. And joining me this week is my co-host and friend, Quoc from Canada.
Hello.
We're a podcast where you, the listener, suggest a topic for us to discuss as the topic of the week. So today, our topic was suggested by John Layola, host of the One Track Punk Show and co-host of the One Track Gamers podcast. He suggested us to rank our favorite time travel movies. So we'll be ranking our top 20 time travel movies that either me or Quoc have seen or know of. If we don't know much about it, it won't be discussed. But first, Quoc, how are you doing since the last time I saw you?
That was like last week. No, it's good, man. It's good. The weather's nice over here.
Wait, so
it's loud, chiller.
I saw you at the wedding, so like you had the flight, what time was it? Right after the wedding?
I mean, the flight left like around 6 something. So I had a good 3-hour nap and then woke up and then just had to go to the airport from there.
Oh, did you have someone drive you, or did you go to like shuttle or something?
Oh no, my parents, they wanted to drive, even though I didn't want them to. They insisted.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything you did over the weekend?
Not much. I think I've just been working on my animation for my online class most of the time lately, so it's nothing too much outside from that.
Oh, okay. Wait, what class are you taking again? I remember you told me about this, but not details.
It's pretty much just like a animation course where you do your own animation project, and then you have it reviewed and critiqued every week by your mentor. The one that I'm doing with is just like with animators from Disney. So you just once a week you meet up with them online with your other classmates, and then he reviews it and tell you what you could do to improve it or what's not working, stuff like that.
Oh, so you actually work with Disney animators?
In a way, I guess, is you're just doing your own personal project in a way.
Uh-huh.
And then you just get it reviewed. Like let's say I do it and it looks like crap. He would tell me it looks like crap. And then he'll tell me how I can make it better. In a nicer way, I guess. But
I mean, like,
yeah,
in a nicer way, like what? Like, oh, it looks like doo-doo.
It looks like you haven't touched this at all or even did anything. How about you start?
So
stuff like that.
They're not like Gordon Ramsay style or Simon Cowell?
Not my mentor. He's actually really nice. So I don't know how the other mentors are. There's like a bunch of mentors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
On a different note, happy birthday, Tony. Happy belated birthday.
oh, thanks. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this past weekend was my birthday. Did you see any of the pictures I posted?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't even know what's happening with the internet anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't stay up to date.
Yeah, on Sunday we went to round one. You remember round one?
Oh, of course. How many things did you win, Tony? If you guys don't know, Tony's really good at his claw games.
Yeah, it's the round at round one. They have these claw games. They're called the UFO catcher, and they're like it's not like the traditional 3-prong claw game. These are all like 2-prong or 1-prong. So like you just have to be able to know how to push the stuffed animals down in a certain way so that it drops. So yeah, I think I won like 20 animals, I guess, in the span of like 3 hours.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But
how many did you give away?
They're all in my trunk right now.
Oh, okay.
I think I only gave away one, but then now my trunk looks really bad because it looks like why does this middle-aged guy have a bunch of stuffed animals in his car?
You don't question it.
Yeah. I think you remember Annie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one time where she basically took a picture or a video of my car, like the trunk opening with all the animals on there, and her caption was like, "How to lure children." I was like, I don't want you to do that. Do not post that anywhere. I don't want to get in trouble for this. And they banned me from round one. Actually, you know what? At round one, a long time ago when I was playing, and then I asked them to reset it each time I win. Then I think like 2 hours in, they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll reset it." And then like they stopped resetting all my requests because they saw that they saw like I had the huge like 2-liter trash bag, not 2 liter, sorry, it's like 10 liter trash bag, and it was like full of stuffed animals. So then I had to go to my car, put it away, and then nap for like an hour or two, and then come back. And then they had everything reset. So
you make sure they change the employee.
Yeah.
You talk to a different one every time,
like,
so they don't remember your face.
Yeah, it's a shift change. But yeah. It's so crazy though. It's actually, for us, the consumer, it's actually worth it if you're good at it or if you're decent at it. Because let's say like each play is $1.50, and it takes me about like 3 to 5 plays to win one of those large stuffed animals. And if you actually look at the price of those animals, retail price is like $60 or $70. So it's a pretty good like margin. But then one of my friends, right? He works in the toy industry, so he has like all the wholesale price, and those toys actually wholesale price for like $2 or something. So so it's actually good for everyone except for the retailers, because we can win cheaper than retail price, but round one still gets the profit. So that's cool, kind of. I hope round one doesn't listen to this. Yeah.
This is how you're bad.
Yeah. They'll never be sponsoring our podcast. Unless like they'll sponsor us if I promise not to come there anymore.
Jeez. I mean, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Getting money not to go somewhere.
I know, right? Anyway, let's move on to the nerd news. Do you have any news?
There's a Pokemon game that's based on the League of Legends series, or the game. That's about it.
Oh, wait, so this was fan-made?
Wait, what's that?
Was it fan-made?
No, it's downloadable. It's like a ROM.
Oh, no, I know, but is it like a fan-made one or an official one?
Oh, yeah, it is fan-made, yeah.
Huh.
So somebody made it, like, from what I read, like 2 or 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And now it was taken away or something. Something stopped them, and then now it's back and it's pretty much done, and it's downloadable for the public.
Wait, so it's League of Legends and Pokemon?
Essentially, so instead of like you capturing Pokemon, you're gonna be capturing like the champions sort of thing.
Okay, so it's a Pokemon with champions as Pokemon. It's a Pokemon game.
Yeah, essentially. And then like for gym battles and stuff, you're facing like the gaming teams that are supposedly playing in the world tournament and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean for the esports for Riot Games for League of Legends?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's sort of like you're battling those people like at the gym or something.
Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, because when you first told me, I thought it was a League of Legends game with Pokemon characters as champions.
Oh, no, it's the other way around.
Oh, okay. I would have been
a Pokemon game.
I would have been more interested the other way around, because then you're playing League of Legends with like Pokemon characters, and each character would have like all these different like ultimates and stuff like that.
You know what? That's what I thought at first too. When I saw like the news, I was like, they have a patch that's gonna make it like add Pokemon to the game. I was like, man, Nintendo would not like this.
Well, hey, they're still using their license. I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah, so I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't know what kind of deal they struck, because I'm sure like Riot has a lot of money now, so money isn't really a big issue.
I don't think Riot has an issue with it. If anything, it's Nintendo, because they're usually the ones that are very like strict on things and very like to themselves.
Oh yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah,
they tend to be isolated and keep things monopolized.
Yeah, but remember, this year is when they have the Mario and Rabbids game, so maybe they're loosening up.
I still think it's a money issue with Nintendo.
You mean they're not doing well and they need money?
Yes,
I guess
that's exactly it.
Wait, did you hear the Nintendo Switch? After Nintendo Switch was released, they also released Nintendo. It's called the new Nintendo 2DS XL or something like that. So it's basically
what?
Yeah, it's basically the newest version of the 3DS without the 3D in it. So they're reverting backwards. This was a couple weeks ago, but I don't think I told you about this. So.
No, they ran out of ideas.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, you guys just released the Switch, which is kind of halfway in the portable market, and you're going to release another portable system, aren't you like, competing with yourself? So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, man, I don't understand their marketing gimmick sometimes. At the same time, if it works for them, it works. Because they always say, like, this game will only play on the 2DS or like 3DS consoles, and the Switch will only play these type of games because they can handle it, etc., etc.
That's true. But the 2DS will handle all the games that the 3DS can't, except it's 2D. So
yeah, it's essentially just the iPhone or the Apple version of things.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll see how they do. So I have some news. But it's old news. So it's not new news. So it's not really news. but it's like a couple weeks old. But Steven Spielberg announced that he was going to be reviving Animaniacs.
As an animated series or as a live action?
I'm pretty sure animated series. Because live action would be weird.
Oh, I know. There's been a lot of weird things popping up, so that's why I always question it. I don't know what people want to see as a live action anymore. They ran out of ideas.
Because like live action Animaniacs, wouldn't it just be a bunch of like mutated dogs? I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, I guess the better question is it going to be like a 2D or a 3D thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, what do you think about it though?
I don't know. Like I guess it's just a matter of how they plan to redo it. Because the idea is cool. Like a lot of like the old '90s cartoons, they still hold up and they're pretty fun. I remember Animaniacs was pretty educational as well.
Oh yeah. So. Did you? What do you remember learning from it?
I remember like the States song, and then Good Idea and Bad Ideas.
Oh yeah, Good Idea, Bad Idea. Those are fun. Oh yeah, I remember there was one that was like, good idea, throwing a penny into a fountain to make a wish, and bad idea, throwing your cousin Penny into a fountain and making a wish. Or like the other one was like, good idea, playing catch with your grandma. And then like they were throwing football back and forth. And then bad idea, playing catch with your grandma. They were throwing grandma around.
Yeah. It's so good. It's educational, see?
Yeah, man.
And they do have some pretty educational content though. Like all those geographical stuff, like the songs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's catchy, so that like people can actually remember things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think and the show had a lot of like adult humor too. Like if we watch it now, it's like, whoa, did not catch that when we were growing up.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it's gonna be a good remake. It looks like it's just gonna be a revival of like an animated revival. So like the other revival they're doing is with I think it was DuckTales.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was just an animated revival and it's just reanimated. So they look like more updated graphics. But it's not like 3D or anything.
Yeah, it's just stylized differently.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of the other cartoons they do that too. Like the Mickey series, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they redid that.
Yeah. Oh, actually, did you see that one of the characters they're bringing back is Gizmo?
Wait, Gizmo from
DuckTales?
Animaniacs?
No, DuckTales.
Oh, DuckTales.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Gizmo's design is actually really cool. It looks very much like the original design, but slightly more, modernized in terms of like the jaggedness of the robotic suit. So he kind of looks more like RoboCop Transformer. Like, let me see.
He was like the one with the like on the wheels, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember now.
On the single wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gizmo Duck. That was his name.
Yeah, I remember now. He's the Transformer guys on wheels.
One wheel only for some reason. They were like too cheap to afford a second wheel. All right, so let's see. Another news item is the E3 event is coming up this weekend. You remember what E3 is?
Oh yeah, I remember. Is it this weekend? I don't know, next weekend. I don't remember.
It's actually this upcoming weekend. It's starting on June 10th. So it's going to be held in LA this year.
Yeah.
And it's actually cool because this is the first year, I think, where it's open to the public instead of like...
Really?
Yeah. You don't have to be like part of the industry. you could just purchase tickets as in the public. So that's gonna be
Interesting.
cool. And you know IGN Gaming News, like the gaming company. Yeah, they have like this free event in LA where on Saturday night, I think that's the Belasco or something, where they're just holding a fan event, and then anyone can come in for free. You don't even have to go to E3, so that sounds cool.
Are you and the rest of the group planning to go to E3?
No, I have work, but I'll probably
It's
be
on
following.
Sunday too, though, right?
What was that?
They have on Sunday as well, though, right?
Yeah, but I didn't buy tickets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I don't know like what kind of other gaming news they're gonna have this year. I mean, do you know anything about the new video games coming out?
No, I normally just don't pay attention to it until like E3 comes around, and I haven't been to E3 in like 2-3 years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah.
Wait, you've been to E3?
Yeah.
What? How?
Remember when I was working on that video game company?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the first year, first year I got in because I was working there. The second year, my friend had an extra pass, and then he just got me in. So we did that. So it's cool. It's pretty cool but I'm curious to see how it goes once it's open to the public.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see, I guess, how commercialized it can be. I'm curious about that. Because it could be so big that they just can't contain that. It's just like overpopulated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not really sure how they're handling it. It's pretty big, but I don't know if it's sold out yet, or maybe it is sold out. I haven't been really paying attention to the tickets.
Yeah, but if you have a chance, I would actually recommend you go and check it out, because they would have like all the game betas, and then you could try it out, the games, see like what's cool about it, what they're working on. Sometimes like the games that you try aren't even like gonna end up like the game they're planning to release.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're like
also you
more
get
like,
free stuff.
They're more like alpha games, right? Like alpha versions of it.
Yeah, so they're alpha and betas versions. Sometimes like actually one of the games that I backed for Kickstarter is gonna be there playing. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. It's been a while. Let me see.
By the way, are you allowed to talk about the game that you worked on before?
Yeah, it's released. So.
Oh, okay, cool. So how was that game? Like, I remember you said it was like Ninja Gaiden, right?
Yeah. So that game was really fun for me because that was like my first job in the industry, even though it was an internship role.
Uh-huh.
But it was really cool. A lot of people were really passionate about it. People worked really hard, and just it's crazy to see how much work goes in the couple weeks before E3, because it's kind of like the first push for the public, right?
Yeah, because that's when everyone sees it the first time. Yeah,
because you could have bugs, but you need to make sure that it's playable. Otherwise, people that are lined up for it will just be disappointed. So it's kind of, now that it's open to the public like this, I guess, that it's going to be a lot crazier. So before it was just with people within the industry, but now it's just like everybody.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting this year is there's all these other companies that are doing their own type of conferences that's not part of E3. Like, Electronic Arts, they're going to have their own thing. I think it's called like EA Play. I heard it like on another video game podcast. Actually, I think I heard it on One Track Gamers. So it's going to be held the same weekend, I guess. And it's like right at the same area, but not in the same building. So if they split it up like that, then I feel like E3 is going to be, less people or less stuff that they're going to push at E3.
Well, we'll see, I guess. I think it always depends on the person. Because, not the studio or the game, because the more eyes they get on it, the better. So if they could get both to the E3, the EA thing and to the E3, then it's more marketing for them. So it's kind of like, if you have an opportunity to show off your stuff to a lot of people, I'm sure they want to, because that means more people will likely want to buy the game if they like it. So it's because then a lot of time in the game industry, you invest so much money in it and you don't know if it's going to do well or not yet. Right. So it's kind of, that's why, like, I think one time I asked if you want to go to the company and just play test it out, right? I forgot.
I think you did, but then I had to go through a lot of like paperwork and then NDAs and stuff like that. And then there was like specific times that I had to come. And and it was like during work hours, so I couldn't.
Yeah, so it's just like for them to test out the games to see like there's no bugs or like their ideas on what's fun and what's not and what's considered broken.
Yeah, all those like glitches and stuff. Did you you remember playing Super Mario Kart on the N64? Sorry, Mario Kart 64 on the N64.
Yeah, no, I don't. I remember. I think I skipped that. I went from Super Nintendo, the Mario Kart from Super Nintendo, straight to the GameCube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like back then, the glitches and stuff, they weren't very thoroughly tested by a lot of people. So I remember Mario Kart 64 had so many bugs, and some of the glitches like would put you like falling into like in the level you would fall through this like invisible wall, and then you would end up like in front of the track like a whole lap ahead of everyone else or something. Like the glitches help with the gameplay. So yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
But I guess it makes sense because nowadays people play online and they can't have those type of glitches occur online, and then people like cheat and get rankings higher than others.
Oh yeah, they tend to be more. They tend to be pretty heavily updated. It's online games though.
Yeah,
that's why there's patches and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's the offline one by off the counter. That's the one they gotta make sure that's near perfect at least.
Yeah. I should probably move on to the next news item.
Yep.
So they are going to be filming the new TV show called Young Justice, and it's going to be produced by the same guy who produces like Arrow and The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. So it's going to be a live action Young Justice, and they're going to start filming soon, and then it will be available exclusively on like WB's new digital streaming service. And they already confirmed like characters like Nightwing and Beast Boy. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
I remember watching the animated series of Young Justice, like most of it, anyways. And that was pretty cool. But at the same time, I don't know if I'll end up watching it. Like even with Arrow, I'm sure it's good and Flash is good, but I kind of stopped halfway and it's too late for me to start now. I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to catch up. It's a lot of time.
Yeah. Wait. What? How far are you? How far behind are you on the Arrow series?
I think episode 10 of season 1.
Oh my god!
Because every time I come back to it, I wonder what episode I left on. I remember vaguely it was 10, so I watched 10. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I run out of time, and I come back a couple of weeks, and then ask the same question. I wonder where I left off.
So you probably know
10 again.
You probably know episode 10 very, very well by now.
I'm not even sure it's like 10. It's probably like 9 or 11 or something. But I remember what happens in it.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's going to be interesting because like I hope like eventually they could cross over Young Justice with everything else because in that universe, like Arrow is so much like Batman already, and so it was like kind of assumed that Batman doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But Young Justice, they confirmed Nightwing's in it, so they're gonna have to like do some explaining.
I don't know. Like I always thought Arrow is just like a Batman, but with arrows.
Yeah. Do you know the enemies in the other seasons of Arrow?
No. Oh, other seasons? No.
Do you want to know one of them?
Sure. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for other people who are listening, though.
I'm pretty sure everybody has at least.
Okay, so it's just me.
I think it's just
sure.
you. So in season, I think in season 3 or so, there's the main bad guy was Ra's al Ghul. So that's a Batman villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's in it, and then like they also had like characters like Talia al Ghul and Nisa al Ghul. So I was like, what the heck? Then what's going on with Batman? So that's crazy. Do you watch that show Gotham?
No. Is it good?
It's one of the shows that it's so bad that it's good.
Oh god.
Cause it's like, it starts off, like the series started off like it's trying to take itself seriously as a crime drama. And then, it got too serious and people are like, what the heck? Like, what is this? And then they finally changed it up, and then it got way crazy, like on the other end of the spectrum. So they just started embracing its craziness. Like, there's a section where some person would, like, to prove a point, she took her own eye out and stepped on it. Like, what the heck, man? Yeah. So, the show is decent. It's not, like, terrible. Well, actually, yes, it is terrible. But, but it's so terrible that it's, it's enjoyable. It's like basically watching a caricature of everyone.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's kind of nice to see, like, the young version of Joker,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The guy that plays him is so good. He did a very good mix between, like, the Heath Ledger version and the Jack Nicholson version, and also the animated version. Like, it's a very good combo of all three.
That's cool.
Yeah. They didn't confirm that he's the Joker, but with everything that they've been doing with his story, it's we're pretty sure he's the Joker. So, yeah. But yeah, like, they change all the history of every character in there. So, that's interesting. Yeah. But anyway, so, let's see.
Topic of the episode.
Let's move on to the topic of the podcast, which are time travel movies and our ranking of them. So this was again suggested by John Layola of One Track Gamers and One Track Punk Show. So I have a list here of a lot of time travel movies that hopefully either you or I have watched, or at least heard of. So we'll go through each one, and then what we'll do is, like, the first one we'll just place it, like, randomly, like, right there. Like, let's just give it a number, right? Like, actually, we don't even give it a number. So we'll just start off with, like, Groundhog Day, and we'll leave it there, and then everything else we'll talk about it and place it wherever in relation to everything else that's on the list.
Okay, sure. So that would be the base, I guess, the base point.
Yeah. So the first one I have on the list is Groundhog Day. Do you remember much about it?
I heard about it, never watched it. But I know the general premise of it, though. It's like something about a guy being stuck in a time loop or something, right? That's all I remember. That's all I know.
Yeah. So the movie is like Bill Murray plays a character where he just has the same day repeat over and over and over. So we'll just use that as a base point, but you haven't seen it, so I guess it's I don't know. We'll just use it as a base point. All right, next movie. Back to the Future.
Again. Know about it, haven't seen it, or watched through all of it.
Okay, so for me, I would vote this to be higher ranked than Groundhog Day. Do you agree with that?
I guess it's not much a spoiler, but tell me what the general premise of going back to the Future for the general. You're talking about 1 only, or you're talking about 2, 3, and 4?
Well, I know 2, 3, and 4. Like, we haven't watched. Both of us haven't watched. Part 1 I watched, but I don't remember too much of it. But I just remember it was good, and it's so classic too.
Okay.
Yeah. I only saw it once, like when I was younger, so I don't really remember details. I just remember it being so good, and it's like classic.
I remember seeing parts of it, and I don't remember too much about it. But that's like when I was younger too. I'm gonna say sure, because it's well, I don't know. I think I just like the concept of Groundhog Day better. Of being stuck in a time loop. Yeah. So wait. So how do you get out of the time loop?
In the end. In the end. Shoot, I forgot. It was obviously it was in the end of the movie, but I want to say it was something like something related to like love or something like that. I forgot. Okay,
in that sense, I will go with Back to the Future then.
Yeah, I think it was like the power of love or something. I don't remember, but which is kind of funny because last week Lam was talking about how he thinks the power of love in the movie is pretty hokey. so
yeah. So I stand by that. I'm going to say that it's lower than Back to the Future.
Okay,
because of that.
All right, cool. So next movie, it's going to be Click.
I'm going to rate it above everything else because it's the only one that I've seen from the list so far, and I remembered.
So Click, to people who don't know, it's the Adam Sandler movie. So Adam Sandler has this remote control where he uses the remote control to control time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So
you could use it to pause, fast forward. I forgot, he can't rewind, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I saw that.
But
like,
essentially,
and I was like,
whatever
that's
is
cool.
available on a remote control, he could use that function in real life. And that was really cool.
Did he have did they ever use the eject button? I forgot.
No, I forgot. I don't know what he actually used. I remember was he fast forwarded a lot.
Oh,
But yeah, so I like the idea, the concept behind it.
okay.
So that was cool. And yeah, it has a nice little message too. So
Yeah. I remember there was like a good moral to that movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, everyone, spoilers alert. Spoiler alert. In case you haven't noticed yet, we're going to be talking about the plot of all the movies. Yeah. Oh, Click actually reminds me of this one episode from Goosebumps. There was an episode of Goosebumps that was basically the same thing where the kid got a remote controller and then he could control like everything with the remote controller. And it was based off a short story that, a long time ago, R.L. Stine wrote like books where they had like 10 short stories in it, instead of like one long one.
For Goosebumps?
It was part of the Goosebumps series, but it was like short story version. And, yeah, and one of the short stories was that. And they took that short story and made a half-hour episode out of it, which is, yeah, it was pretty cool. And that one was weird because I know that one they used the eject button, and he used the eject button to like knock someone across the room as an attack.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then like and then someone was like using the power button because like nothing else on the controller worked. And then they were like, okay, I guess I use power. And they used power to like try to like stop whatever it was. And power basically shut the entire world down, and that person got stuck in the black abyss. And it was like the twisted ending of that episode.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it's like a kid's show too, and a kid book. So that was like, that's pretty dark for a kid book.
I'll rate that above Back to the Future.
Oh, I wasn't even including it because it's not a movie.
No. Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah. Just a random side note. But anyway, what about Looper?
I'm trying to remember the general plot. That was like a assassin, right?
Yeah. So when someone wants to get rid of someone in the future, they send that person into the past. So they have an assassin in the past kill them.
I think that's actually a really cool concept. I still say it's kind of below Click for me. It's cool. I'm trying to remember like what happened at the end without spoiling too much for people listening. But since you already announced it, I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I watched it and I remember most of the movie, but I can't remember the end of it.
Yeah, it was something like he killed himself or something, or he chose to assassinate himself.
Well, the premise of the movie was when they send Bruce Willis back, and then like the young version of Bruce Willis was like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and and then he realized that that Bruce Willis was yeah, so it was an alternate timeline. So when the movie starts, Bruce Willis went to the past, and then Joseph Gordon-Levitt killed him. And then when he took the mask off of Bruce Willis, he realized, wait, that's me in the future. So he grows older, and then it's an alternate timeline in which he gets sent back, but this time he escapes his younger self.
So that's what Jason Gordon grew up into? That's what Bruce Willis used to look like?
Yeah. Well, they did like some weird prosthetics on Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So it became like the movie didn't star Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It starred like some guy that kind of looked like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, with Bruce Willis' eyebrows.
Yeah. No, I think that that's really cool. Reminded me a bit of Jet Li, the one though, when you say like alternative timeline.
Oh yeah.
Except the one was pretty much just a whole bunch of Jet Li's going to alternate universe trying to kill that one to gain power.
Yeah.
This one had a bit more depth.
Yeah. Well, the one actually used to be the script was not meant for Jet Li. So they rewrote the script to have less dialogue when they hired Jet Li.
Oh.
But originally it was going to be more dialogue, and as it was actually going to star The Rock. So that was yeah. I guess The Rock didn't do well in some other movies, so he skipped on the one.
Yeah. Interesting. Here's how that would have played out if it was The Rock.
I know, right? It's like two versions of The Rock like wrestling each other, doing like people's elbows.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so Looper. I guess we could put it below Click.
Okay.
Yeah. Next one is Edge of Tomorrow, which I'm gonna vote above everything else.
Yeah. Trying to see. That was actually really cool.
Edge of Tomorrow was basically Groundhog Day in war.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's pretty cool. Like, yeah, sure. I think I'll rate it above Click.
Okay, cool. Let me write that down. So Edge. So I'm actually writing all of this down instead of typing it. So I'm going classic right now. All right. So the next 4 movies. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5 movies are all the Terminator movies. So we have Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, Terminator Salvation, and then Terminator Genesis. Have you seen any of them?
I think I only watched up to 3. That was like a Skynet, right?
They're all Skynets.
No, well, I mean, like that was one like Skynet took over and they're supposed to stop them or something, right? Like the Rise of the Machine sort of thing.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's right. That's when So Terminator 1 was when John Connor came back to the past to meet Sarah Connor, and then Terminator 2 was when not John Connor. I meant Kyle Reese, and then Terminator 2 was they went back to try to kill John Connor, right?
Yes.
And then Terminator 3 they tried to kill a young adult John Connor.
Yeah.
And then Terminator Salvation was the one that starred Christian Bale as John Connor. That was actually all based in the future. Like, that was during the War of the Machines.
That doesn't count as a time machine, as a time travel thing then. It's all based in the future.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'll cross that one out. Terminator Genesis was the reboot of Terminator in which they sent the Terminator back into when Sarah Connor was a child, and then he raised Sarah Connor. Do you remember that? No.
Oh, I don't remember. Wait, is it a reboot of the first one?
Yeah, so basically, Terminator Genesis is an alternate timeline in which Sarah Connor was raised by, like, Arnold. So...
interesting.
And then the original timeline of Kyle Reese being sent into the past... It still occurred, but now it occurs in the timeline in which Sarah is already raised by the Terminator.
Okay.
So instead of like Kyle saying stuff like "come with me if you want to live," it became the other way around. So when he got sent into the past, then Sarah saved him, and then
okay, interesting.
Yeah, and then John Connor got sent into the past, and then John Connor was trying to kill them because they realized the machines won, and then they took John Connor and made him part machine.
Huh.
So John Connor went back into the past to try to kill Sarah and Kyle.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cool though. It's a cool concept, but
yeah. And then Arnold's
I want to say, I was gonna say like two is probably the better one because that seems more like the classic.
Yeah. So where do you think 2 should be?
I think it's above Looper for sure. That's the original Looper.
That is true. And is it below Click or is it above Click?
I think it gets classic points, so it gets to be above Click.
So now we have to compare it to Edge of Tomorrow.
No, it's still below Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay. I would agree with that. So, and then for Terminator 1, I think it's like above Looper but below Click.
Yeah, I think the rest of them are below Click.
So that whole in between Click and Looper will be like Terminator 1. Oh wait, actually, let me put that down. Terminator 1.
1, 2.
Well, I think Terminator 3 should be like last place of all of them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like all the sequels after from 3 and above just goes behind everything, behind Groundhog Day.
Yeah, and I think I agree with like Terminator Genesis as well. Let's see, Genesis. They spell Genesis really funny too with a Y. So Genesis is actually funny. The whole premise of that is Skynet was actually a new operating system that links everything together, on your phone, tablet, computer, and it was called the Genesis operating system. It was basically like
Google?
Yeah, it was basically Google, and Google was gonna become Skynet.
It is becoming Skynet.
Yeah, there's a company in Japan or in Asia. It's called Cyberdyne, and Cyberdyne is also like the company in Terminator where they create the machines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they named their company after Cyberdyne. I was like, really? Why would you name your company after something that's going to kill the world?
Oh, Japanese.
I don't know if Japanese or Chinese, I forgot. But they do like exoskeleton suits. Like exoskeleton robot suits. Which which also doesn't help that they're called Cyberdyne.
So it's like Avengers 2 now?
Yeah, kind of. But that's what Cyberdyne and Skynet was. It was like basically Ultron. Same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. All right, so next one on the list is X-Men Days of Future Past.
Oh, I think that's above everything.
Yep, me too.
That was awesome.
That movie was like super awesome. Days of Future Past. All right. Next one is Men in Black 3.
I want to say that's below... I think it'll be below Looper, but above Groundhog Day.
Below Looper?
Yeah, below Looper. Because the general premise is pretty much just the aliens are trying to go back in time and take out the main guy, one of the main, Agent K, when he's like a child. So then he never becomes an agent and stop them. So essentially it's like Terminator and Looper and everything.
Why is it all
but
the same?
It's full entertainment.
I guess. Okay, so you said below Looper?
Yeah, I said below Looper.
And above Groundhog? So compared to Back to the Future? Around the same?
Oh, sure, yeah. I can't make the comparison. I'm going to say below Back to the Future. Just because it's been done.
Okay, let's see. MIB3. Okay, Donnie Darko. Have you seen Donnie Darko?
No, I don't know what that's about at all.
Yeah, that is a really weird time travel movie. It's very hard to explain, but basically Donnie Darko kind of understands what's going to happen because it's already experienced, but then it hasn't been experienced, so he kind of knows what's going to happen. There's like this plane crash that kills him, but it kills him so that it saves everybody else. But in the beginning, the beginning of the movie, he realizes there's a plane crash. But then at the end of the movie, you see that he is in the room where the plane crash happens. There's like this whole section of like time travel and knowing what is going to happen and becoming the hero. But it's just such a weird movie. I think it was like way ahead of its time.
Whoa, how old is the movie? Do you remember?
I think in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, it starred Jake Gyllenhaal.
I might watch it. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Just prepare for like a headache.
Oh god, I don't know how to take that.
Yeah, let's see. I think that's like maybe the same level as Back to the Future.
Oh, cool. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that here. All right. So next one is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I'm gonna super random, like parts of it. I don't remember what happened to it at all. I'm gonna say that's above the Terminator series, but below everything else. I remember there's a lot of random stuff happening. They're going through time. There's like Abe Lincoln out of nowhere, I think. Right?
Yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So above Terminator, but below Edge of Tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next one is Interstellar. Did you get to watch it?
No. I was going to, but then I saw it was like 3 hours. Like, no. I can't do this.
Yeah, Interstellar is a super long movie.
I heard it's good though.
It is pretty good. I would say, I think between, that movie is like right below Days of Future Past or just about the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I'm going to put it below just to like put a ranking to it.
Sure.
Yeah, there's stuff about like the fourth and fifth dimension and stuff. And, it's really hard to explain too. There's a pattern with time travel movies. All of them are hard to explain.
Yeah, I heard. I heard from people that it's just like it has a lot of like scientific stuff going through it. That's really well explained. That I'm sure that I need to watch it eventually.
Let's see. Next one is Time Cop.
That's the Jean-Claude Van Damme one, right?
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Time Cop. He's a cop that goes through time.
I forgot, like, what's the premise about it? I remember watching it, and he went back because somebody tried to kill him or something. Or he tried to regulate time? Is that what happened? I forgot what happened.
I don't even know. Like, I watched it, like, twice, and I don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna rate it below Groundhog Day just because I don't remember.
Okay. Time Cop.
But above the Terminator series.
All right. So next one is Time Traveler's Wife. Have you seen that?
No, was that good?
See, the thing is, I thought it was kind of good. It was weird though. Like the time travel, it was so, it's good but not good. Like there's things in it that bother me. So basically, this time traveler meets this girl when she's like a child, and then throughout her life, he keeps visiting her, and eventually he marries her. And it's so weird.
That's pedophile.
But then he marries her when she's an adult.
That's true. Never mind.
But he appears to her the same age in every time that she meets him.
Oh, wow.
But then there's also this weird scene where, like, she basically cheated on him with a version of him from a different time. So it was just, but then the version of him from a different time was like a younger version. So then the version that she was currently with is the older version. So then when she came back to the house, then he was like, "You cheated on me, didn't you? I remember." So it was like, he remembers that she cheated on him with him.
So.
Yeah. So it was like really weird, but yeah, I think it was an okay movie.
That's funny.
Below Time Cop.
Okay.
Okay. How about Star Trek, the reboot?
Oh god, I remember it was good. I remember I liked it. I'm trying to remember what it was about.
It was about Nero, the bad guy that's played by Eric Bana. He I guess he got stuck in some time dilation or something, and he waited there for like a very long time until like Spock was found in that time dilation as well, so he could take revenge. And and Spock had come through from the future, so it was old Spock. And then old Spock went through the past, and that past became an alternate timeline, in which so that old Spock started mentoring young Spock.
I remember I liked it, so I'm gonna say it's. I'm trying to remember, see if it's below or above Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow is pretty good. I'm gonna say below Edge of Tomorrow.
Below Edge of Tomorrow. Okay.
What's the next one below it?
Below it is Terminator 2.
Yeah, above Terminator 2.
Okay, let me put that here. So above Terminator 2 is Star Trek. Okay. We got 3 more. So Kate and Leopold, have you seen that?
Nope.
So that's a love story about this guy who somehow traveled to the past and grabbed some like old classic, like, I don't know, 1700 guy and brought him to the present time.
Okay.
And the present time girl like falls in love with him. What's really funny about that movie is the guy from the past is played by Hugh Jackman, and then the guy in the present is played by Liev Schreiber, and Liev Schreiber actually plays Sabretooth in the Wolverine series. So it's basically Sabretooth created a time
all these
machine.
times fighting over a girl.
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty funny movie, so I would put that around Groundhog Day. Okay. Next one is The Butterfly Effect.
Haven't seen it.
I'm gonna skip it because I haven't seen it either.
Oh, okay. Good.
Okay. Next one is
cool.
What was that?
I heard it was cool, but I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll just skip it. How about The Lake House?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. The Lake House I thought was good and also bad. Do you know what that movie is?
No.
It's the one that has Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves, and it's basically 2 people that live 2 years apart in time, and they communicate through the mailbox in the lake house. So
wait, how old was this movie? I might have seen it or something similar to it.
It's a long time ago. I don't remember. In the 2000s or something? I don't remember.
Okay. I remember seeing something like that in the 90s.
It could be the 90s. I don't remember. But yeah, like that movie had a lot of issues. It couldn't establish its own like rules of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I watched it or something like it, it was I like the concept though. The mailbox was like a time traveling medium.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. But right now, I don't remember what happened at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the point of everything?
Well, I mean, at the end, like, so basically Keanu Reeves, in the beginning of the movie, there's an accident in the cross section, and then this person dies, and then Sandra Bullock is like a nurse or like a doctor or something in healthcare, and she sees that this person died, and then she is like all distraught, and then later on, like she gets this lake house, and then she starts writing letters to it and getting responses back from Keanu Reeves, who lives 2 years in the past from her. And they always set times up to like meet. Like, she says a specific date and he said, I'll be there. And then she goes and then he's never there. But then later on, you realize that the guy who died at the cross section in the beginning of the movie was Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talking about this made me realize there's another one that, because now I remember, there's an anime recently released to the US that a lot of people love called Your Name.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my friends, they watch it, they love it. I watched it too, and it's cool. It's great. I guess that would actually qualifies as a time traveling thing. Now, I don't want to spoil it for you because I think you should actually go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But the concept is more or less the same as this. That's why when I watch it, it's like, I've seen this before, but it's in anime form.
Oh yeah. Well, the lake house is actually based off an Asian an Asian movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a remake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I think if you have the time, I don't know how you like watching subtitles though, but it's a pretty cool movie. It's pretty much, I think it's more or less the lake house in modern times with the younger generation. If you think about it this way, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna spoil it for people listening because so I don't want to spoil it.
Okay,
so go watch it.
All right. So the lake house, I think I'm gonna put at the very end then.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. I don't remember.
Okay, so that's the end of the list. Let me see. So here's our order. X-Men Days of Future Past, Interstellar, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and Edge of Tomorrow. Those are the same. Wait, no. Sorry. No. Let me start over. Okay. Days of Future Past, Interstellar, Edge of Tomorrow, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Star Trek, Terminator 2, Click, Terminator 1, Looper, Back to the Future, Donnie Darko, Men in Black 3, Groundhog Day, Kate and Leopold, Time Cop, Time Traveler's Wife, Terminator 3, Terminator Genesis, and The Lake House.
Man, I feel bad for The Lake House.
It's okay. It's only of the ones that we've seen. I didn't include like really, really bad movies.
But still, it's like below the Terminator series, like the sequels. I feel bad for it.
Yeah. If you watch it, you start to pick at it, you'll realize why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can actually go on for an hour about like the lake house.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so that is our list of rankings of time travel movies that we have seen or heard of.
You got mail. You got mail. You got mail. You.
Let's see. All right. So let's move on. Mailbag and community question. So let's see. Last week, Lamb, he released the question of what video game has the best ending. So what do you think?
I'm just having a hard time to remember like what's the last game I played that had an ending. Because since I play like League of Legends and stuff, they don't really have an ending. I'm trying to see. There was Diablo was okay. I had let me see. Do you happen to can you list off some games that you've played before, Tony?
I think this is going to be a recurring theme, but Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat. I played Sonic the Hedgehog. I've beaten Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2. The most recent games I've been playing, Zelda. I haven't beat that yet. I played Ultra Street Fighter 2. Man, what else is there? Recently,
it's hard. Just because like a lot of the games that we play, it's like when it's person versus person, they don't really have a real ending.
They do. I mean, like the story.
I mean, they have a personalized ending, like for Mortal Kombat for each character.
Actually, no. Mortal Kombat has a story mode, and it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it forces you to play certain characters throughout the chapters.
Oh.
So it has a legit story mode with ending, and so does Injustice. Like, I don't know if you played Injustice, but it's made by the same creators of Mortal Kombat, and but it's all like the DC heroes.
Let me see.
RPGs. You play any RPGs?
I haven't played any RPGs in a while. That's the bad thing. Because I think the last one I played was like Diablo 3, and the ending was okay. It ended.
Yeah.
So I can't say like it's the best one. I'm sure there's. I can remember back to like. Oh, actually, there was this game. Let me look it up to make sure that it's the right game.
Man, what kind of game was that? you type a super long phrase.
Because then it was an indie game that had a spectacular like voice acting. I'm just trying to remember what it was. So let's say voice acting.
Are you just gonna type up like best voice acting indie game?
Yes, that's exactly what I wrote. No, because I remember it was fun. It was really fun. Like, the ending was you could choose either go this route and be a hero, or you can choose this route and you will be fine, but the rest of the world would be screwed over.
Wait, this sounds very familiar. I think I heard someone talk about this on their video game podcast. Huh. Yeah, it's an indie game. It's an indie game known for its voice acting. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. What was this?
God, it's killing me. Indie video game. Great voice acting.
Oh, man. I feel like it's either I heard this on the Super Best Friend Video Game Podcast Sleepover, or, sorry, Super Best Friend Video Game Sleepover Podcast, or I might have heard this on John's One Track Gamers podcast. I can't remember though, or maybe another one, an Australian one I listened to.
Yeah, I don't know, but oh my god,
I guess your answer is that one.
Wait. Yes, that one. Oh my god, it's killing me because I know they did the same game that I played. Let me see. They worked on Transistors. Bastion.
Yes, Bastion. I heard of that.
Yes, so I would say that's like the best ending for me in video game history, I guess. Yeah, because it's really cool. Like, because when you're playing, you're essentially playing a storybook, and the ending it had a lot of cinematic moments, even though it was just like 2D sprites and whatnot. But it had a good mood to it. So and it had like a pick your own adventure sort of feel, where if you choose, I had to replay the ending twice just to see the different endings that I could get. Yeah, so it was kind of cool. I'm gonna say that is my answer, Bastion.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember which podcast I heard it from, but I know I heard someone talk about it, and they said like that was a really good game too. They highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right. So our community. So John Layola, man, he's like probably our only listener or something. So he says, let's see. So the question was, what video game has the best ending? John Layola, host of the One Track Punk Show and the co-host of One Track Gamers Show, tweeted, "That's hard." That's what she said. I'll say Uncharted 4 had a satisfying ending. I haven't played Uncharted, so I don't really know what it's like. But
I heard. Wait, did you play? What's the other PlayStation game?
Tomb Raider?
No, the zombie one. Not zombie one, the apocalyptic one. It's coming out with a series, with a second one soon. With the little girl.
Oh, Last of Us?
Last of Us, yeah. Did you play that?
No.
I know you got it, but yeah, I don't know if you had a chance to play it yet.
It's still in the shrink wrap from like 2 years ago.
Okay, never mind. I don't know if the story's good for that one. It might have been that one too.
I watched the ending on that one.
Oh, okay. What did you think?
I thought it was really good. Like, I watched the ending on YouTube. Someone else played it.
Okay. Don't tell me what it is, because I eventually want to play it.
Okay. No, so that's the thing. Like, I watched the ending already, and then one of my friends got it for my birthday, like a couple years ago. And I'm like, I don't want to play through it now, because I already saw it. I already saw the gameplay and the ending. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But that's good though. Like, if you watched it not knowing anything, and you enjoyed it, then I think it's probably pretty good for like the players too, because they had a lot of stuff built up throughout the whole gameplay.
Yeah, it was very like a very good emotional ending.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, don't listen to any of the news of the sequel, because it will ruin the ending for the first one. Just knowing who you play as, or what your objective is in the sequel, you're gonna ruin the ending of the first one.
Yeah, I hate my friends for that, because I showed them like the trailer for like the second one, and they started discussing it right in front of my face.
Oh,
it's like, oh man, I can't believe that's how that. I was like, I hate you guys. I was gonna play it eventually.
Yeah, I know.
Not just wait till I forget about it, and I'll play it.
But even when I watched the ending, I didn't remember it as well, because then when I saw the stuff in the sequel, I'm like, wait, that happened? Or I was like, oh, I thought it happened this way, but it really didn't happen that way.
Oh.
It was kind of like twists and turns and stuff. So don't watch, the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, thanks, John, for the tweet answer, and also thanks for the topic suggestion.
Thanks for participating, John.
Yes, thank you.
To us.
So this week's question, do you have one?
I can make one up, sure. Let's see. If you were forced to play a video game for a whole week straight, what video game would that be? Any console.
Okay, that could be the answer. That could be the question. And so, if you were forced to play any video game on any console for a whole entire week, what video game would you play? Do I really need to tell you my answer?
Well, I want to say it has to be. Well, for you, it's easy. But I want to say it has to be like at least not a person to player versus player game, because then that doesn't count. Because then you can say like, okay, people who play League of Legends, they just play that. That's essentially what it is. People do play that all week.
Yeah,
that's their job.
Oh yeah, they get paid to do that. So
yeah, so like I don't want so nothing like in a competitive streak, because then people just play it to train it, like an actual video game, like a classic or something. Okay, like a story mode.
So what game would you play?
I'm trying to remember if I think I would play Mega Man X again. Oh, that's fun.
For an entire week?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard. But it's hard to remember.
You made the question, man.
Yeah, but I don't know the answer. I just want to post it out there.
Okay. All right.
It's a hard question. I'm not saying it's easy.
Okay. That's what she
said. Yeah, no. That, or if I have the chance to actually buy it, I wouldn't mind playing Zelda, the Wii version, the new Zelda.
Yeah, so my answer was actually going to be Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that looks like it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I mean, you play an entire week, you're still not gonna beat it. Like there's so much stuff to do. Like I haven't been playing it a lot, but like I don't really like spending a lot of time on one game.
Yeah.
But that game, I don't mind spending a lot of time on it.
Yeah, I remember you don't even like playing like RPGs.
Yeah, because like I don't have the attention span. Like I'm very like ADD when it comes to video games. That's why I like fighters and action games that are very kind of mind numbing, but based on like repetitive skill. Yeah, that's why I like those more. And then the whole skill thing is like it's fun to see, PvP because it's like you're seeing if someone can best someone else on their skills.
Yeah. So you're always competing. So but I would play Zelda.
Yeah.
Or at least play Last of Us.
Oh yeah, huh? Yeah, I would choose Zelda as well. All right, cool. So I'll post that up when this podcast gets posted, and we'll move on to the next thing. So,
sure.
The next thing is game time. So the game we'll be playing today is Alphabet Super Nintendo. So this game is a game where we take turns naming a video game that starts with the next letter of the alphabet. So, for example, the first letter is A, so I name a game that starts with an A, and then it's your turn, you go name a game that starts with B, and then it comes back to me as C, and so on. It could be any game, even though the game I call it Alphabet Super Nintendo, because Super is, it's a play on words. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it could be any game. So yeah, who do you want to start?
So it doesn't have to be with Nintendo only, it could be just any game?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be with Nintendo. I think it's too hard with Nintendo. So actually, what I'm going to do is I got a McKellen Gold for my birthday. So if I can't think of one, I'm going to take like a sip.
Sip.
Yes, quote, sip. Yeah. So do you want to start or I start?
Well, I want to choose the letter and then you could start with that one.
Okay.
So we won't start with A. We'll start with... Well, Tony will start with Q.
What the heck?
It's gonna come up eventually. Might as well be now.
I'm taking a sip.
Okay, does that mean I have to do it now? So I have to pick Q, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... Wasn't there... Oh, Hubert.
Oh, damn it. I should have known that. Did you choose Q because your name is Quoc?
No, it just happened to be because...
Okay. So the next one is R, right?
Yeah.
Rad Racer.
Okay. Oh, S should be... S will be Super Double Dragon.
Come on, man. You could have just said Street Fighter.
I know, but I don't want to play that.
Okay,
I want to play Super Double Dragon.
All right. T is Tekken.
Oh, man. U. You.
I just told you I played this game last week.
Wait, I wasn't listening. Wait, last week you played a game?
I told you lately I've been playing a lot of it.
Oh, no. Oh, what? No, that's not what I thought.
Well, okay, you can think of another U then.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm just sipping without.
No. I opened it to like pour more into my cup.
You already assume that you're gonna get a lot of. You're not gonna get a lot of it.
Well, I never played this game before, so I don't know.
Wait. Oh my god, you played this? You said it before?
Just earlier. Well, I mentioned it really quickly.
Oh.
Maybe you weren't listening, so. Yeah, you could ignore it.
Let me see. Uncharted.
Ah, shoot. That's good. So what's the next one? V?
V.
Vector Man.
Oh, that's good. That's a fun game.
I never played it because I really wanted it, and then my parents said no.
I played at Toys R Us.
Oh.
I never had a Sega.
Oh, okay.
W? Right?
Yeah.
Was Wing X a one?
What?
Was Wing X a video game? I remember it was something like that, right?
No, it was X-Wing.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. Damn it, now I got... I got you one at least.
Yeah, I know. After W is
Yeah.
X, so I'm gonna say X-wing.
Okay. W. World. Oh no.
I can help you out with a hint.
Sure.
Mario.
Sure. I'll take a hint. Oh, Wario.
Yes. Okay.
I was like, Wario World, Mario World.
Yeah,
Stupid
Wario.
world.
There's like WarioWare and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
letter X. I'm not gonna use X-wing. I'm actually gonna say Xenosaga.
Oh, okay. X. Oh, why is Yoshi Island?
Okay. Z. Zombies ate my neighbors.
You didn't go Zelda? Okay.
Oh yeah, huh?
Oh man, and A is actually really hard. I'm trying to remember.
I already got one.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of
Damn it.
classics that start with A.
Wait. I don't. Wait, what games were A in the classic?
Am I supposed to tell you?
No. I remember there was I would say Animaniacs, because that was a Super Nintendo game.
Okay. So yeah, you'll use that one, but I'll just tell you the classics. ActRaiser was one of them.
Okay, it was
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, and then there was Arrow the Acrobat.
I was like Acrobat.
Yeah, Arrow the Acrobat. That's another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then there was another one that was it came with the Sega Master System. It was Alex the Kid.
Don't remember that one.
Okay. All right. So B is mine. So Batman.
Let's see. Okay. C would be, I'm gonna say Command and Conquer.
Really, not Contra?
Oh god, Contra. Contra is good. Yeah,
Yeah.
but too late now.
D is Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, sure. I thought you were gonna go like Donkey Kong.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We should have traded letters.
I know.
Damn it. That's D. E.
Uh huh.
Earthworm Jim.
That was the one I was thinking of. You could also have gone with Earthbound too. Let's see.
Yeah.
The next one is F. Fatal Fury.
Oh, cool. G. Gunbound.
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
Let's see. H. Heroes of the Storm.
Okay. I.
I could think of one, but it's really obscure.
I don't. I mean, I don't know if that's the right name. I'm just thinking Icarus Kid, but I don't know if I just said it. Like, character.
It's actually Kid Icarus.
Damn it! Damn it! Injustice. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's good. I was gonna go for Ikaruga. Ikaruga was like a airplane shooter game on the Dreamcast where if bullets shoot at you in white and you change your ship to white, it absorbs the hits. And if it shoots black, then you have changed to black, it absorbs the hits. So that was a fun game.
So it's about the blacks and the whites shooting each other.
Yeah, I guess. So I, after I is J. Is that it? Let's see. Let's start with J. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, I do remember that game. Okay.
You got K. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Okay. It was a Nintendo game. I remember it was like
You just named one.
Karate Kid, Karate Man, Karate.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, I just named one. Oh, Icarus.
Yeah, Kid Icarus. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I was trying to see if that was one.
Yeah,
Was it?
Karate is.
Karate, right?
Yeah, it was on Nintendo.
Yeah.
Let's see. So HIJK L Lemmings.
Okay. M is Mortal Kombat.
Okay. N shoot. What starts with N? Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That's the game you worked on.
That's very good. And O.
Yeah.
O is always hard. Arena of Time. No, that's Zelda. Damn it.
Ooh, I know one that's good. I'll give you a hint. I don't know if you know the game though, but I'll give you a hint. It stars a dog.
It starts with a dog.
No, it stars a dog.
Oh, it stars a dog. No, because I'm thinking Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Oh.
I'll tell you another hint. This game stars. Yes, Okami. That's the one that stars the dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Okami.
All right. So what's that? After that is P. Power Rangers.
Okay. The Super Nintendo one?
Yeah. Or Super Nintendo or Genesis.
Oh, I didn't play Genesis one. Was it the same?
Kind of different. I don't know why I just took a sip.
You just want to say, I'm telling you, man, that's not really a game for you. Just.
Okay.
So what? Oh, we're back to Q? Oh, God, there's another Q.
Wait, are we gonna go on, or are we just gonna end it?
We end at Q, right?
Yeah.
We end at the same restarts.
Yeah. Okay, we'll end it then. Cause
Okay.
we went through the entire alphabet already. All right. Cool.
I wonder how painful it was for the listeners to hear that. I think that guy doesn't know what that game is.
Yeah, I bet you they're playing along, and then all the listeners are playing along, and they're like, "Come on, it's so obvious."
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't say Ghouls and Ghosts. Did you have G, or was it me?
You had G. Wait, I had A, B, C, D, E. Yeah.
You had G, because I had H, and I
had G.
I say Heroes of the Storm.
What did I say for G?
I don't know. Gunbound. You said Gunbound.
Oh, Gunbound. That's right. Yeah, Gunbound.
All right. So let's move on to the final lap.
Sure.
Thanks again to John Layola for the topic suggestion and the tweet. And also the mention in the latest episode of One Track Gamers. So actually, I just listened to their episode that was released this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I typically write an email to them before we even start this podcast. I like writing emails to One Track Gamers. They're really cool. So today, thank you, John, because when he read my email, he introduced my email as Tony, co-host of the No Time for Time Travel podcast. So that was cool. I didn't even put that in my email, but thanks, John, for doing that. And also, happy birthday to you too, John. It's kind of crazy that me and John, our birthdays are only like 3 days apart from each other. So
happy birthday, John.
Yeah, happy birthday, John. Like my birthday was on Monday, and his birthday is actually on the 8th, which is probably the time when this episode will air. So yeah, happy birthday, John, today. So cool.
This will be your present. It's not a good one though.
Yes, John. This episode here is your present with us using your questions and your topic suggestion.
Yes, even though you're the only one probably doing it.
yeah, because you're also the only one that's doing it. But thank you so much. Yeah. So let's see. Do you have anything to promote?
I do not. Go watch or go to E3. It's a fun experience.
Yeah, E3 is pretty cool. Comic-Con's going to be coming up soon too, so.
That's July, isn't it?
Yeah, July. Okay. That's just next month. Are you going?
No, I'm still here in Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the tickets for like preview night and then the entire conference, so.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I missed the whole buying tickets thing, so I don't have tickets at all.
Oh, okay. Well, this will be my 3rd year going, and I think John was saying that he was there the last 2 years, and it was very crowded. So
yeah, that's why I feel like it's gonna happen. Like with E3 as well, is before like with Comic-Con, it's very close knit and everything, so it's kind of cool. And then the more each year it gets more people and it gets more commercialized. Mm-hmm. So I think if people are going to E3 this year, this will probably be a good year for them. Mm-hmm. And throughout the whole year or throughout time, it's going to be very, very crowded, and it's not going to be what it used to be, and you won't have the same effect. So if you could go now, that'd be cool. Yeah,
it's kind of interesting because like a long time ago, they used to have like all the Power Rangers stuff at the Comic-Con convention, and then Comic-Con got so expanded to like not just like comics anymore, but like anything with entertainment. So yeah, now the Power Rangers have their own convention. It's the Power Rangers convention. So it's like I forgot what it was called. I think it was like, oh yeah, Power Morphicon. So.
Oh yeah, did you go? You went to that, right?
Yeah, I went last year, and then I had the VIP, and I was partying with the original cast of the Power Rangers, and I got pretty wasted, I guess. So that was weird.
They remembered you the next day, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, they did remember me. Because I had a bag of a lot of stuff, and then I went to the restroom. And in the restroom, I stayed in there for 15, 20 minutes. When it came out, everybody was gone. And then, and then I had to go back to my car. And then the next day, I emailed the Yellow Ranger, the second Yellow Ranger, because she was one of the people that I was hanging out with that night. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we didn't know where you went. We were trying to find you, but we saw your bag." And we kept it. So just come back to the convention and come to the convention center, the exhibit hall, and we'll give it back to you. So I went back, and it wasn't like Pasadena, so it was like an hour drive on the next day. And I didn't even have a pass for that day. But, they were like, "Oh yeah, just come in. You're on us." So that was cool.
That's cool. Nice.
Yeah, but now I think they probably have a bad impression of me.
Why? What'd you do?
No, because I partied so much with them. Like, I got all them drinks and everything, but I think I might have partied too much.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess.
Regardless.
Yeah, I guess so. They remember me, whether it was good or bad, I don't know. But
now, yeah, whether they like it or not, they remember Tony.
But I remember actually when I was out with them last year. It was actually last summer. And I remember all the other people who were out with them, like all the VIP group. I was the only one that was actually drinking and buying drinks. Because all the other people, they were very, like, I guess, nervous. And I get it. Like, I was nervous too at first.
And then you drank.
Yeah, because, it's like...
Yeah.
It's...
You enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's childhood heroes, And it's, like, kind of nervous, like, kind of nerve-wracking to, like, meet them. Yeah. And then... I did the whole drinks thing because they all like to party. So, I got drinks for them. And then, we just hung out for a bit. So that was cool.
Nice.
It was very cool because everyone's just like down to earth, So
did you, talk to any of them still?
Not lately. The last time was probably maybe in October or November. Because I did donate to their, Kickstarter campaign for their movie that they were doing. It was called The Order, which is like kind of like Civil War, but like with actors from all the old Power Ranger movies and all the shows and stuff. But I haven't heard from them lately. I don't know if there's a Power Morphicon this year. I'm gonna check, and I'm gonna try to go again if I can.
That's cool. Nice. Yeah. Are you gonna dress up or anything?
No, because if I dress up, I'm gonna look like an obese Power Ranger.
I mean, when is it? When's the convention?
It's usually July or August.
Oh, yeah, you can't really work out with your back. Okay.
Yeah, my back issue, my numb leg, and everything.
Future Power Ranger in a wheelchair.
I could probably dress up as a Asian version of Bulk from Bulk and Skull.
Oh man.
Yeah. Sorry, that was just me opening the bottle again.
See, that's why I didn't want to do the drinking game. You're just going to eventually drink it.
I know. It's like, oh, did I get that wrong? Oh, oops, I got that wrong. I'm going to drink.
Yeah, you're just going to intentionally drink.
Hey, this actually, McKellen Gold is really good.
Is that the one that you got like a couple? I remember you had it a couple of years ago, where it's like gold spark or gold bits or something, right?
Oh, that's Goldschlager. So it actually has gold, gold flakes in it. And they were saying like ideally that's like it's supposed to cut like slices in your throat so that the alcohol gets absorbed more. But I don't think that's real. Yeah. But anyway, this one, McKellen Gold though, I've never had this before. And my coworkers got it for me, so it was pretty good. It's a Scotch. So yeah. This tastes really good, so.
Oh, I thought you said it was whiskey.
It's a Scotch whiskey.
Oh.
Yeah. Scotch whiskey. Scotch just means it's from Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So let's see. What else is here? Yeah. So listeners, you can contribute to our show by emailing us at ntfttpod@gmail.com. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at NTFTTpod. And also, I realized that, so when I emailed One Track Gamers this week, and what I always do is like I use a sign off that's called Hurdy-Gur, but I haven't used it for this show yet. So I guess I'm probably going to use it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard of Hurdy-Gur?
No, I haven't.
Oh. Yeah, so Hurdy-Gur was from a show a long time ago called Freaky Links. Did you remember that?
I remember some parts of it.
What was that?
I remember Freaky Links a little bit.
Yeah.
Or heard of it.
So that show was like kind of like X-Files, but for hipsters.
Yeah.
So it was way ahead of its time. It was made by the same guys that did Blair Witch Project, and it's crazy because before they had the show, they built up like a website for like a year or 2 years, and that whole website was just all about paranormal activity. And they had this blogger guy that they created, a fictional blogger, and they had him running the site for like 2 years. And when you look at the site, you really believe that it's like run by this random guy and his friends. So when the show was created, it was basically chronicling the life of this guy. And then when the show was released, every time an episode was released, there was a corresponding blog on the website that talks about that episode, like the stuff that occurred in that episode. So it almost felt like real time. So it was pretty cool. Way ahead of its time. And yeah, so his sign off, that fictional character named Derek Barnes, his sign off was Hurdy-Gur. And I was a big fan of that show, so I always use that as my sign off right now. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Hurdy-Gur is also short for hurdy-gurdy, and hurdy-gurdy is also a musical instrument. It's kind of like a violin, but it has nothing to do with hurdy-gur.
Oh, hurdy-gurdy. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I wonder, it sounds a little bit familiar, because that's like, wasn't there something that was an actual thing? And you said instruments, like, that makes sense.
Yeah. There's an instrument that's called a hurdy-gurdy. Yeah, so do you have anything else to say?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. So thank you again to the listeners, and thank you for all the contributions from John this week. Previously, we also had contributions from Adam Redding from the Super Best Friends Video Game Sleepover podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you everybody. So No Time for Time Travel is signing off. Hurdy-Gur and Warp Speed. See ya.
Bye, everyone.